Insane, inside, the danger gets me high. Can't help myself, got secrets I can't tell. I love the smell of gasoline, I light the match to taste the heat. I've always liked to play with fire.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I understand the first part was pretty much a little bit rough, but again, this is kind of my first time trying this out, so I'm not expecting too much of it. But anyways, enough yapping from me. Let's just get to the story. So pretty much like I said in the previous part at the end, we're gonna start off right at the beginning of the anime. Reizuku's running down the street, witnessing a confrontation between Kami Woods and the giant villain. Forgot his name. Did he even have a name? I don't know. It's been a little minute since I've watched the first season. I mean, I am caught up with the anime and the manga itself, so yeah. But anyways, so yeah, Izuku's pretty much running towards the scenery that's going on, and he's pretty much running down notes on Kami Woods and the villain and stuff like that, just geeking out, making a hypothesis and stuff like that, trying to figure out how Kami Woods can better use his quirk and stuff. And pretty much he gets asked by one of the pedestrians, as in the canon, hey, so are you studying to be a hero too, kid? You seem to have a great amazement for what's going on. To which Izuku says, yes, sir. It's my dream to be a hero. And pretty much Kami Woods is going to do his signature prison chain. I forgot what he called it. I think it was prison chain something. Don't remember. I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah, so that happens. Then, Mountain Lady shows out of nowhere, taking the highlight and knocking out the villain, pretty much making her debut. To which also Izuku's running down notes, but at the same time, having the elder gentleman just say, this kid seems to be yapping quite a lot over heroes and stuff. Well, I guess everyone has their own cue or whatever. With Izuku just saying, yeah, sorry about that. I just get really analytical when it comes to quirks and heroes and stuff. Pretty much scratching the back of his head and stuff like that, while also smiling. And pretty much that happens, and he makes his way to school, to where pretty much the teacher, tells them that this is a very important step in their lives, and they would have to fill up their career aptitudes to see what they want to do. But just like in canon, he says, but what's the point? I know all of you wants to be heroes, as he just throws the papers up in the air. Having Bakugo being Bakugo, with him being kind of an ass and saying, don't compare me to any of these sidekicks, Teach. They'll never make it anywhere in life. For all I know, they'll probably be some sidekick to some D-lister or something. pretty much being all smug about it, like he is in the anime and stuff like that. To which it kind of pisses some people off, but at the end of the day, they know they can't really do much, even though they tried to rebuttal back with him. But at the end, he just kind of stands up on the table and say, it's true. None of you guys will ever admit to anything. You're all just weak and pathetic. With Teacher saying, all right, settle down. Bakugo, seems like you're aiming for UA, right? Yeah, I'm pretty much I'm the only one that's gonna get in there besides any of these rejects. Yeah. By the way, Midoriya, you're also aiming for UA, right? To which Izuku just kind of stops writing and doing what he was doing, and at the same time, just saying, "Yeah, I'm aiming for UA as well." Um, but before he can say anything, Baku just cuts him off, saying, "What? This loser? He could barely even use the entirety of his quirk. What makes you think you're gonna be any use in UA, let alone if you're ever gonna be able to aim for the top as I am? You know what, Deku? You better back off. I'm the only one that's going to UA out of these reject school." To which some of the kids say, he does have better control of his quirk anyways, Bakugo. And at the end of the day, his quirk may not be as flashy as yours, and he might have some trouble using his second ability with his fire aspect, but I'm pretty sure Midoriya will make a better hero than you, and he might be the next All Might. To which that kind of, infuriates Bakugo and hits him in his ego pretty bad, saying, "What did you say? What? No, this nerd will never do anything like that, or let alone achieve number one spot. I'm aiming for the top, and I'll show everybody that I deserve to be up there. No one else does." To which that kind of happens, and teacher just kind of settles everything down, and pretty much Bakugo just kind of scoffs it out, pretty much just mad dogging the shit out of Izuku and all that stuff, while Izuku is just kind of minding his own business, writing down his notes and stuff. But yeah, so that happens, and school day is pretty much over, and just like in canon, Bakugo tries to confront Izuku, telling him to, just back off and not go to UA since Bakugo wants to be the only one up there. He doesn't tell him to take a swan dive like in canon, since he knows, of Izuku's quirk and what he can do with it. But he is just telling him, to just back off and not apply because he wants to be the only one from, what was this school called? Caldera? I think that's what it was called. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look that up. But pretty much their middle school. Yeah. I think it was called Caldera. Yeah, fuck it, I drew a blank on that. But yeah, that kind of happens and stuff, but he does, I must say that he does burn his notebook and try to throw it out the window, but pretty much Izuku just kind of, catches it midair and brings it back to himself. But at the same time, he doesn't challenge Bakugo, at least not directly, but he does say something smug, saying, Bakugo, if you were a little bit nicer to people, then maybe everyone else can see you as a proper hero. But in all honesty, you're just a jackass with power. So it doesn't really matter what you do. At the end, power isn't everything that makes a great hero, and you know that better than most. At least, the person we admire does. With, him talking about All Might, to which Bakugo just kind of says, "Whatever. Just stay out of my way, nerd." With him just kind of, walking off with his lackeys and stuff. And Midoriya just kind of saying, "Geez, he could try to be a bit nicer, but, oh well. I guess that could have been a lot worse. Perhaps. Maybe. Rather not think about it." So, yeah, that happens. And pretty much, he walks home and stuff like that, just being happy about the opportunity that he will be having the following year after finishing his last year of middle school and going to UA. So pretty much as he's going through the tunnel, he's just kind of saying his, monologue of trying to imitate All Might with his, just laughter saying, I am here, ah, ha, 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 ha. While the sludge villain just bursts out the sewer saying, damn it, ah, didn't think that guy was in town, but, oh, look at what we have here. Hey kid, I'm gonna need to borrow your body for just a moment, just to get away from him, to, just kind of freaks Izuku out. And I'm not gonna say that, well, I should say that he's not gonna be the same, crybaby from the anime, since he does have a little more experience with his quirk, and with him having an actual quirk, he has more confidence since his dad has been there for him the majority of the time and helping him out and stuff like that. He just doesn't have his, fire gauntlets with him at the moment, since the dad kind of restricted him using them only when he's at home or when, the school permits it. But we all know how that works in their world, which is kind of weird. I mean, you go through your childhood at 5 years of age to your middle school time, and throughout your entire life you have no ability to use your quirk until you get to high school, then have the eligibility to become a pro hero. I mean, that's kind of weird, but yeah. Anyways, getting sidetracked here. So yeah, that kind of happens, but Izuku just kind of freaks out, and the sludge villain lunges at him, but instead of trying to, I should say, but instead of him landing on Izuku and trapping him, Izuku quickly, thinks outside the box and tries to, move back, getting some distance from the sludge villain, at the same time using his quirk, trying to keep him at bay, since he's a lot better at stopping items coming at him, and, his repellent motion is still not great. It's almost there, but it's not 100% perfect. At most, he can only push things back about 10 feet or so, which I know it's not a lot, but hey, in a situation like this, every distance counts. So Izuku's pretty much struggling back and forth, giving the sludge villain a good run for his money, saying, damn it, I didn't think this kid was going to be much of a hassle. Guess I underestimated him, but I have to do this quickly. With him finally, being able to latch on to at least his leg and stuff like that, distracting Izuku for just a quick second, that's pretty much all he needed, just for him to start kind of engulfing him. But Izuku's still, giving him a run for his money. So every time he's trying to, just force himself into his mouth and stuff like that, Izuku just is pulling some of the sludge away, with his quirk and stuff, and not just using his bare hands. To by then, finally All Might shows up saying, "Not to fear, I am here." Was it a Detroit Smash? Anyways, I think I just killed it, but yeah, he just goes on full saying, "Detroit Smash." Pretty much blowing out the sludge villain away from Izuku, with him just kind of coughing out, saying, thank you. I thought I was gonna... Oh my god! It's All Might! All Might! It's really you! How are you doing, young man? Seems like you were able to hold off the sludge villain until I got here pretty well. You must have quite an interesting quirk, if I say so. With Izuku just kind of bowing nonchalantly, but at the same time just bowing back and forth crazy, saying, yes sir. I'm a huge fan. Can you please sign my... To which All Might does sign his notebook and stuff like that, and Izuku's just kind of saying, oh my god, All Might just signed my book. And pretty much while he's just kind of freaking out and stuff like that, or not freaking out, but just kind of, being the fanboy he is, All Might in the meantime is gathering up the sludge villain and putting them up in a bottle and stuff. To which All Might just says, okay, young man, it was nice meeting you today. have a great day as he's about to take off, but Izuku just kind of, stops him for a quick sec. And I'm going to say this time, All Might does have a little bit more time than in canon, so he doesn't jump off right away, just for plot reasons. With him saying, yes, young man, what would you like to know? And Izuku just saying, could someone like me be a great hero such as yourself? My quirk is kind of funny in the way it works. I do have a telekinetic side to it, but I also have a fire aspect to it. But I can only use it when there's ever fire around me or so like that. So it's mostly kind of useless. To which All Might just kind of, does his signature smile saying, ha ha ha. It's not the quirk, that makes the person, but the person that makes the quirk, young man. And you seem to have good potential, even if one side of it has been mastered by yourself. I can see that you will be able to make, great things from it. But at the same time, it always helps out to be able to push your limit as much as possible just to make sure that you have a greater outcome than what you predicted and stuff like that. Which, yeah, I'm just kind of saying something out of the random. Again, I'm just kind of saying something that I think All Might would say, which I'm pretty sure he would say something like that. So yeah, with Isuku just kind of bowing down and saying, "Thank you, sir." With All Might just, hopping away and stuff. And yeah, sorry about that, guys. I kind of drew a blank right there. But anyways, I'm gonna say that pretty much as All Might was jumping off and stuff like that, he didn't fully secure the bottle with the sludge villain that he had in his pocket. So yeah, pretty much he jumped away, but at the same time he was kind of thinking of Midoriya and the way that his quirks seemed to be pretty strong, but didn't seem to be all there and stuff. And he's not kind of looking at him as a potential successor, at least not yet. But he is kind of looking at him in the sense that he seems to be a genuine kid and could become a genuine hero if nurtured correctly and stuff. So yeah, pretty much while All Might's kind of thinking of that, the water bottle kind of slipped off his pocket and stuff, falling into the alleyway, in which, Bakugo just kind of kicks it off, but he's also talking with his lackeys and stuff, saying, "Stupid Deku." I mean, I take that back. He wouldn't call him Deku. I mean, he would, but not to the extreme as in the anime. He'll pretty much say something along the lines like, "Stupid Fire Snatcher. He can't even use the maximum ability of his quirk. What's the point of having two quirks if you're relying on someone else's ability to help you out?" Ugh, it's kind of irritating thinking about it, but I'll show him that he doesn't deserve to be in UA. I'll humiliate him in the practice exam and show him that he doesn't belong. With him, just being him and stuff, and his lackey just kind of agreeing with it and stuff. So yeah, that happens, and Izuku's just kind of walking home, but at the same time he hears a commotion going on and stuff, so he hurries to see what commotion is going on and stuff, only to see Bakugo being strangled and suffocated by the sludge villain, to which Izuku kind of, is in awe of seeing Bakugo in that situation and wondering what could have happened. How did the sludge villain get away from All Might? But also wondering why aren't the other heroes not doing anything with, him over here in Kamui Wood saying that, it's pretty much a hazardous fire zone right now. He can't do anything to help out, and Mount Lady, saying that she kind of needs some room to fit in and do something and all that stuff, with everyone else just kind of, saying, hey, we don't have the proper quirks for this situation, with Izuku just kind of, you know, having the same reaction as in canon. But unlike in canon, Izuku this time, had a proper plan, telling the heroes, hey, maybe I can help you guys in this situation, with them kind of wondering what a kid could do, and Death Arms being Death Arms saying, hey kid, you better stand back or else. But pretty much before he can finish the sentence, Izuku kind of reaches out and saying, I can do this, and pretty much pulling all the fire towards him. Maybe not all the fire, but just enough to where he's getting the fire away, or I should say around the villain, giving Kami Woods an opening to kind of reach out and pull Bakugo away from the sludge villain, throwing him off to Death Arms, telling him to, hey, Death Arms, catch the kid, to which Death Arms does, and the sludge villain just kind of, goes in full frenzy mode saying, this kid again. Why is he always getting in the way? Think I'm gonna try to kill you this time, you little brat. To which Izuku just kind of, says, it won't be so easy this time. Even though the sludge villain kind of jumped at him, and without the sludge villain kind of thinking about it, Izuku just kind of threw his fire breath at him and stuff, surprising the sludge villain, saying, what? How can you do that? I thought you only had a telekinetic quirk. With Izuku saying, yeah, my quirk is kind of, weird. I need to have with him just kind of, starting to mutter in a way, but at the same time, Death Arms kind of getting close to him, saying, hey kid, thanks for your help. We're in the clear now. Just stand back now and watch a pro take care of this situation. Which, they tried handling the situation and all that stuff, and amongst the crowd, All Might has been watching, to which he is very surprised how Izuku kind of handled that situation, and seeing firsthand what his quirk can do, he's pretty much amazed at the control that the kid had and stuff. So, yeah, at this point, he is kind of looking at him as a potential candidate, but he would like to test out the kid a little more, I should say, and all that. So, yeah, but pretty much he's able to push himself forward and, just pretty much appear out of nowhere amongst the crowd, saying, hey kid, hello again kid, what you just did, drew a blank. Yeah, what you just did, young man, is worthy of a pro. If that's not good enough, then I don't know what else could be. But just watch a pro at work and stuff, just kind of being him. To which he just, throws a Detroit smash, pretty much, separating the sludge villain into hundreds of little puddles and changing out the weather, surprising everybody, saying, whoa, that's why he's number one, and all that. So, yeah, that pretty much happens, and Bakugo and Izuku are kind of, getting praise this time, because no one's really getting scolded for anything, even though Death Arms, being Death Arms, is just kind of telling Izuku that, yeah, he shouldn't have done that without permission, blah, 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 but Izuku just kind of saying, hey, I've tried helping out when you guys seem to be having some trouble. I understand not everyone's quirk is fit for a situation. To which, they really don't reprimand him. They just kind of tell him to, hey, just be careful. And he does have potential to be a good hero and all that stuff, pissing off Bakugo more and more and stuff. So, yeah, but they pretty much kept the Bakugo just to make sure that there wasn't anything in his system or any of the sludge, villain sludge, still inside of his body. So they just kind of wanted him to stay back for the paramedics. And Izuku pretty much slips away, and All Might was trying to reach him, but because of the crowd and stuff, he wasn't able to. Saying, "Darn it, I missed the kid." Um, so yeah, with Izuku pretty much walking home and Bakugo finally catching up to him and just kind of yapping at him, saying, "Hey nerd, I didn't need your help back there, so don't pretend like you helped me at all. I had it under control." With Bakugo saying, "Yeah, but nothing. It doesn't matter if many people saw what you did. You will never be at the top. You useless fire snatcher. You have to rely on a different kind of fire just to activate your full potential. So what's the point of you even trying? So next time, just get out of my way." With him just kind of stomping off, being him and stuff. With Izuku just kind of saying, "Well, you're welcome, I guess. But damn, would it kill you to be a little nicer?" With Bakugo kind of hearing that as he's stomping away, saying, "I don't have to be nice to you." To which Izuku saying, "How did he? You know what? Never mind." With him turning around and just being surprised that All Might just kind of found him and all that stuff. To which All Might just say, "Young man, you seem to have potential to be a great hero. And I know I said that in our previous conversation, but I actually do mean it. Giving Izuku hope that his abilities, aren't as limited as he thought." With him just kind of being grateful and stuff like that, shedding a tear, and All Might telling him that he wishes to train him and to meet him at Dagobah Beach. With this surprising Izuku more saying, "What? The number one hero of Japan wants to train me? Me? But why?" With him just kind of starting to mutter at the same time, and All Might just saying, "Hey, kiddo. Hey, young man. What did you say your name was?" "Oh, it's Midoriya Izuku." With All Might saying, "Okay, young Midoriya, I will meet you at the beach tomorrow morning." With Izuku just, being happy and stuff like that, and all that. So yeah, that happens and stuff, and All Might does get away from that area before he has to power down and stuff from him steaming. And yeah, so pretty much Izuku gets home, and his mom is just happy that he's okay, since she did saw what happened on the news and stuff, and just like all mothers, just showing him affection and worriness, with him saying, "Don't worry, mom, nothing bad happened. I was able to help out Bakugo and all that." So yeah, we should be fine. I should be fine, and he should be fine. With her just worrying about it, but at the same time wondering how come the heroes weren't doing anything about that situation. With him just adding that they weren't able to. So pretty much the following day, Izuku meets up with All Might at the beach, and he's just there looking at the beach saying, "Whoa, what happened here? This place is a dump." With someone just coming in behind him saying, "Yes, and this beach used to be so lovely back in the day." With Izuku turning around saying, "Whoa, who are you?" And saying, "Oh, hi. My name is Toshinori Yagi. I'm a friend of All Might's, and he has instructed me to pretty much train you for your entrance exam at UA." To which Izuku just says, "What? So All Might won't be training me? I thought he said." To which Toshinori replies saying, "Oh yes, All Might will be training you at a later time. I will be training you at the morning when you get here, just, getting you warmed up before he arrives and stuff. To which Izuku pretty much starts to wonder, how the heck does this guy know All Might? And starts to ask him some questions and stuff like that, like saying, oh, so for how long have you known All Might? Or how did you guys begin your friendship and stuff like that? To which Toshinori just kind of says, focus, young man. You're here to train, and I'm here to make sure you get that training. So make sure that your head is in the game. To which Izuku says, okay, but what are we doing in this trash covered beach? To which Toshinori replies, well, you're gonna clean it. To which Izuku says, huh? Wait, me? Why? To pretty much get a handle of your physical body plus what your quirk can handle. Toshinori explained to me your situation with your quirk, not being able to use the fire aspect of it, but at the same time having some good fire control. But with you having a mastery over your telekinetic side of things. So we're gonna work with what you got. But at the same time, we're also gonna push your physical body, since you can't be relying too much on your quirk in certain situations, especially when it comes to close quarters. And for this, what if I'm gonna say that All Might isn't competent as he is in the main anime, which by no means I'm saying he's dumb. I'm saying some of his methods don't really make sense. Stuff despite the fact that this man was trained by Gran Torino, but then again, I guess he did get his ass whooped many times over, which he has even admitted to. But oh well, that's for a later date. So pretty much Isuko just kind of says, oh man, to which that happens with Small Might training him in the mornings and All Might coming in later on, puffing out of nowhere, and training Izuku and all that as well. So pretty much in the mornings, I'm going to say his routine would be using his quirk, at least his telekinetic side of things. And in the afternoon, when All Might's around, he's actually using his physical body to move things around and stuff. And unlike in canon, I'm going to say that he was able to get the beach cleaned up at least, how long did it take? 10 months, right? Yeah, it was 10 months before the entrance exam. Yeah, he was able to do it in 6 months, I'm going to say, just to give him a few extra months worth of training with his quirk and body. Since he has a quirk this time, so I'm pretty sure he would have done it in a much faster time, other than having to spend his full 9 months trying to push himself just to get ready for one for all. So, yeah, he pretty much got the beach cleaned up in 6 months. And unlike in canon, he wasn't too focused in breaking his routine. He did break it a couple times, and All Might made some adjustments to his workout routine, which helped him out since All Might, didn't want him to fall back on his studies either, since he said, without a good mind, there is no point in having a good quirk or body. Yeah, he pretty much told him that, and they made some adjustments with Izuku again finishing up cleaning the beach in 6 months' time, and All Might just being happy with, the end result of Izuku being a lot more muscular and having a lot of greater control with his telekinetic side, pushing the limit and boundaries of how much he was able to lift up, which was another reason for him finishing so early. At first, he was able to pull up at least 2 refrigerators and a washing machine or whatever heavy was out there, and pretty much in 3 months' time, he was able to push it to carry a few more things to the point in which now he was able to carry out a good amount of garbage plus the truck that was dumped on the beach. Which, mind you, who the hell drops a whole truck out on the beach like that? Jesus. Yeah. Sorry about that. I had to cough. So yeah, that happens. And for the 4 remaining months, I must say that um, pretty much All Might instructs him in some hand-to-hand combat training, and also different ways of how he could be using his quirk. With him telling Izuku everything he has done to pretty much get his quirk to where it is now, having being an enhancement quirk. And with the wind pressure aspect of it, he kind of explains how he has used his quirk and all that stuff, and still thinking about whether or not he should give the quirk to Izuku, since he did seem to have a pretty interesting quirk himself, to which All Might just thinks that, you know, quirk aside, this kid does have the heart of a hero, and he has proved it to him time and time again with his training and all that stuff. So he has thought about giving one for all to him, to which he pretty much thinks about it pretty hard, and at the same time, after another month has passed, he pretty much breaks it down for Izuku, telling him, hey, you know, young Midoriya, I'm gonna share a secret with you about my quirk. To which Izuku just pretty much starts getting his notebook and starts, writing down some notes and stuff. And with All Might saying, I would appreciate it if you didn't write anything down, at least for the time being, until you heard everything about my quirk and its functionality. To which Izuku just kind of, says, okay, I I'll keep it a secret then, All Might. To with him being appreciative and all that stuff, All Might gets down to explain the full detail of his quirk and how it has been passed down from generation to generation, with each time getting stronger and stronger. And that just pretty much sends Izuku down a spiral, or I should say, a rabbit hole, to which he just kind of starts muttering that stuff as he would have done in canon when All Might tells him about his quirk for the first time. Except now he's telling them 7 months later, that stuff, to the point to where he says, I would like for you to inherit one for all. Shocking Izuku saying, huh? Wait, me? But then again, the possibilities are kind of endless. Like, and he just starts, muttering back and forth and stuff, to which All Might just says, kid, I have never met anyone else that spits out a lot of word vomit like you do. To which that kind of gets Isuku to stop and say, yeah, sorry about that. It's just kind of a habit of mine. But yeah, to which All Might just kind of, looks down at Izuku and tells him that, if he's gonna inherit one for all, then he might as well tell him the entire truth about himself. To which Izuku's kind of confused and wondering what does All Might mean. Yeah, All Might pretty much powering down, revealing himself as Toshinori, to which Izuku just kind of says, wait, you're not All Might. You're a fake. You've been Toshinori this whole time? Wait, where's the real All Might? To where Toshinori just says, I am All Might, kid. Why would I happen to lie? Anyways, this is pretty much going to be the second part to this story, to which he explains his battle that happened 5 years ago, to which Izuku says, was that the one with Toxic Chainsaw? To which All Might says, seems like you have a good memory. But no, he was a tough customer, but in the end, he didn't get close to doing something like this. This was done by a different villain, someone you've never heard of, nor has the public ever heard of. And pretty much, showing his scar and all that stuff, revealing how badly damaged he is, shocking Izuku, and at the same time just wondering what kind of villain would be able to do such a thing to All Might of all things, or I should say of all people, with Toshinori pretty much kind of explaining everything that had happened, just leaving out the details of All for One plus the history behind that, at least for the time being, since again he wants to make sure, or at least wants to know if Midoriya will take the quirk for him to continue telling him the story. Which after that, All Might just, or I should say Toshinori just kind of says, "So young Midoriya, would you accept my quirk?" To which Izuku pretty much thinks about it, and he does say, "Yes, I will inherit your quirk, All Might. If this is one of the reasons as to why you have been training me, then I don't want all of this hard work to go to waste. I will show you that I am worthy of inheriting your quirk and all, and maybe be able to push my quirk itself, since you said it's an enhancement. I am kind of wondering about the possibilities that it might do to me." And he just kind of starts rambling off again, to which Toshinori just says, "Young Midoriya," to which he just kind of bunks him in the head, saying, "You're doing that again. Stop doing that. It's freaking me out." To which Izuku just kind of, pats his head, saying, "Yeah, sorry about that, All Might. It's just, yes." Ugh. Although I don't think it's something I'll ever get used to. To which he just, just kind of pulls a strain of hair, telling him to eat this. To which Izuku just goes, "Yeah, to inherit one for all, you have to take in a piece of my DNA, and pretty much this would be the more logical sense of inheriting my quirk." To which Izuku just kind of finds it disgusted, but he just says, "Do I have to? If you want to inherit my quirk, you do." To which Izuku just says, uh, "Okay, I guess." To which he just kind of takes in the hair and just swallows it in, saying, "That's pretty disgusting, but sure. Uh, uh, okay, okay. Uh, but how do I know when I have your quirk?" To which Oma just says, "Give it about an hour or two, and then we can test it out." Just for Izuku to say, "Oh, okay, I guess." And pretty much they just sit at the beach, just kind of talking nonchalantly, having a normal conversation about UA and the many adventures All Might has had in America, with Izuku saying that he hopes to travel the world and see how other heroes do their heroic deeds out in the world, just so that maybe he can find different ways of using his quirk and also be able to inspire people around the world like All Might does. So I'm gonna say pretty much 2 hours go by, and All Might just kind of says, "All right, young Midoriya, use the power and throw a punch at the ocean." To which Izuku pretty much does and says, "Okay," and he just kind of gets a grasp for it. And I'm gonna say, just for story's sake, he does kind of just use it in his arm, but tells All Might, "Why does it feel so heavy in my arm? Is this a sensation you feel? Or am I doing something wrong?" To which All Might just, kind of tells him, similar to his in canon, "There are some things you gotta figure out yourself, young Midoriya, little by little, at one step at a time." To which Izuku just kind of thinks about it for a moment, tries to power it down a bit, and pretty much throw a punch at the ocean, at least at what he thinks would be a good maximum value for it. And I'm gonna say it was at least a good, since he did have a lot more time and has been practicing with his quirk a lot more, at least for this story. I'm gonna say that he was able to use at least 20% without it, breaking his arms and stuff, but it does put a strain on him, to which he just kind of says, "Ah, damn, that really hurt. Is this how One for All is used?" To which Oma just kind of says, "Again, young Midoriya, there are some things you would have to figure out for yourself. Just look within you to understand how the quirk works." To which Izuku kind of thinks about it, saying, "Uh, I guess thanks for the tip." To which he kind of just thinks about it for a moment and says, "Look within myself. Well, I do have my fire reserves within my chest, but it's just kind of spread out within my chest. If only I was able to spread. Wait a minute. I know I can use my sorry about that. I know I can use my telekinetic side of my quirk with just my hands, and my fire side just helps me release my fire breathing whenever I take in heat, whenever I take in fire. And I'm still trying to get a mastery over repelling um, whatever items I attract to myself, plus my fire. What about if I was able to use it in every single part of me?" To which Izuku wholeheartedly focuses down, saying, "Okay, okay, I think I got it." To which he, goddamn, my bad, guys, I had to take in some water. To which Izuku pretty much just powers One for All throughout his entire body, feeling the difference, but at the same time feeling the entirety of the enhancement enhancing his whole body, saying, "Oh, whoa, I think I got it down right. I can feel One for All coursing through my entire body. This feels amazing." To which Oma just smirks and just says, "Seems like the kid's got it." To which he just kind of um, gets all happy about it and says, "I'm gonna try to throw another punch at the ocean." To which he does, but this time he does break his arm due to the fact that he tried to um, dial up the power. So from 20%, he dialed it up to 60%, which pretty much put a strain in his arm, but also breaking his arm as well. To which him saying, "Ah," just kind of screaming out in pain, saying, "Ah, okay, I think I pushed it too much. Uh, Now I know what breaking a bone feels like. Ah, this is bad. This is bad. How am I gonna explain this to my mom?" To which Toshinori just says, eh, "Yeah, I kind of figured something like this would happen. So don't you worry, young Midoriya. Just come with me." To which him and All Might pretty much get in the truck that Izuku found in the garbage, and All Might fixed up and make their way down to UA. To which All Might just says, "I thought we were going to the hospital." "We are, but there's just someone at UA that can help us out a lot better with this situation and without drawing any attention to us." To which Izuku is all happy about, since he is pretty much getting driven into UA for the first time, and him seeing how much of an amazing place it is and all that. Him just kind of starting to geek out and see how student life is, and just being happy of being in school grounds, with him saying, "I know I'm gonna have the opportunity to walk in here and be a student myself 3 months from now, but this is so amazing. Thank you, All Might." With him just kind of laughing a bit, saying, You're welcome, young Midoriya. Now, let's get you to the infirmary. To pretty much they do to meet Recovery Girl, to which Izuku is geeking out and fanboying about, saying, oh my god, it's Recovery Girl. And him just doing his thing, to which she's all like, what did you do to the young kid, Toshinori? To which him explaining what had happened and saying, I see. So pretty much with her just kind of hitting him with her cane, saying, how did you not tell this young man that something like that would happen, Toshinori? This is what happened to you and that scar of yours. You kept pushing your boundaries without actually having a proper plan for the majority of the time. What am I gonna do with you? Now you have another young man that you're pretty much bringing into your fold. I just hope he doesn't turn to be as destructive as you. To which Izuku's just kind of saying, whoa, she just brought All Might to his knees. To which All Might is just kind of saying, did you really have to hit me that hard? That hurts. And I hope it does. Look at this. This young man's arm is completely broken. Nothing I can't fix. To which Izuku just kind of says, well, I hope you can. But before he can finish that, Recovery Girl just, gives him a kiss and patches his arm pretty damn well, looking as good as new. Not having too many scars, since I must say it wasn't as bad as it could have been in canon. So that happens, and saying, thank you very much, Recovery Girl. At least now I won't have to explain to my mom why did I. Now, young man, I understand that All Might's power can be too much to handle, but you shouldn't push yourself to be pretty much as he is. Take your time and just do not make the same mistakes as this buffoon. I've told him many times to watch himself, but he refuses to listen. I hope that I don't see you much in the infirmary here if you do decide to come and be part of UA. To which he says, yes ma'am, I will be aiming to get a spot once the entrance exam begins. To which he says, oh boy, I hope at least you won't be too much trouble then. To which he just kind of, yeah, I hope not to be too much trouble for you either. To which Toshinori just, is finally getting up and saying, yeah, I try to train the kid a lot better and at least help him control One for All a lot better so he doesn't break his body as much. And Izuku just kind of looking down, saying, it's kind of my fault. I was trying to experiment with the power, so I didn't knew that he could have this much of a backlash without proper training. Oma just says, yeah, I should have just kind of told you what would have happened. To which Recovery Girl just says, you should have told him from the beginning. Instead of thinking about it, now look at what happened. But enough said. Now, you two run along and get out of here. I might be having some more patients soon. To which Isuko just kind of wonders what she meant by that, but Toshinori is saying it's pretty much from the hero course. They are doing some combat training and all that stuff, so that's something that you will be doing soon when you get your spot in the entrance exam, to which I know you will. So I'm gonna say that happens, and they pretty much just kind of get off school grounds, and Toshinori decides to drop off Isuku to his home, which along the way they just make small talk, saying that he's gonna be aiming for the top, and he is happy to have walked into UA and hopes to be able to learn from him a lot more, since All Might did tell him that he is going to be a teacher for UA. So yeah, and pretty much the remainder of the months go by with Izuku um, practicing with One for All, getting a lot better, getting a handle. Um, Pretty much messing up my words. Getting a better handle with the quirk and trying to power it up as much as he can. To which he figured out, and with All Might's help, he figured out that he's able to push up to at least 25% in his entire body before he starts to feel the strain. But his limit is, for the time being, 30%. Yeah, he is going to have a lot better control with One for All, since he's not pretty much as in canon, where he didn't know how to use it properly, and he is learning from his current mistakes. So he's pretty much getting a better handle for the quirk and stuff. Even getting some combat training from All Might, just so that he knows how to use the quirk a lot better, and kind of making an excuse that he was finally able to evolve his quirk and be able to repel things. So, just for story's sake, I'm gonna say that All Might kind of did coach him in some open palm kind of strikes, just to give the illusion of him repelling something with his quote unquote telekinetic quirk, trying to better hide his usage of One for All, so nobody gets too suspicious about it. And yeah, so that happens, and pretty much the week of, or I should say, the last week before the entrance exam finally comes up, and I'm gonna say his dad is finally back home to see Izuku's progress and pretty much bring him a new fire gauntlet. And I know I pretty much said that the last part, but I'm gonna say that Hisashi, every time he comes home, he does some upgrades to his fire gauntlets, whether it be current or new ones that he has been working on. So for story's sake, I'm gonna say that this time he decided to make some new ones off scratch that allow Izuku to, kind of like Spider-Man's web shooters, where he can pretty much be able to change the setting of the kind of weapon he wants to do, whether it be a straight line or a trap or whatnot, which pretty much kind of think like the Amazing Spider-Man when Andrew Garfield was kind of working on his web shooters and stuff like that, which I know Peter doesn't really do it too much in the films, but he does do it in the comics. But yeah, that'll probably be a what if for another time. Just dropping some hints of what I'm planning to do. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So yeah, Hisashi comes home, bringing Izuku upgraded version of his fire gauntlets, to which he's able to set the settings to what he wants in them to do, whether it be a straight line of fire, a burst kind of flame to where he's able to catch a fireball, or actually throw fireballs, but at the same time with his telekinetic side, be able to catch it back and just kind of use it until he extinguishes it, and all that stuff. To which Hisashi has, told him, I am pretty much proud of your progress, son. And even if you don't get in, I'm pretty sure you can qualify for a different hero school. And no matter what happens, just know that I am proud of you. To which Izuku just says, don't worry about it, Dad. I'll be fine. Besides, I've had some training. I've done a lot of training myself. To which Inko just kind of walks into the conversation and says, yes, you should see the kid. He gets up at 4 in the morning and just has been training nonstop ever since he says he met All Might. And All Might has pretty much inspired him to be ready for UA. And I'm gonna say Izuku hasn't told him the full story. At least he hasn't told Inko the full story of him actually getting training from All Might, and just saying that yeah, he saw All Might and got motivation from him to train his body to get ready for UA. To which Hisashi just kind of says, seems like he does more for the community other than heroic stuff. Then okay, I know he has been to America before he made his heroic debut here in Japan. Maybe I can meet him one day just to ask him about his previous support gear that he used once. To which I think Izuku didn't know. If I remember correctly in canon, when All Might told him that he used to use support items. I don't know, I'm gonna have to rewatch that episode again. But it was, I think, when Mei Hatsume was giving him his gloves or whatever, just for him to be able to throw some wind pressure from him, kind of using his fingers. Yeah, I wouldn't call it snapping his fingers. He was just kind of, flicking them to release some wind pressure from that flick. So yeah, that happened. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of lost track. But oh, damn. Okay, it's about to be. It's pretty much about an hour. Okay. So pretty much before I end this, I'm just gonna say that yeah, Hisashi, um, you know, just kind of worked with Izuku on his fire gauntlets and told him to register these to be able to use as support items for the entrance exam. To which Izuku said, "Oh, I didn't know I could do that." And Hisashi saying, "Yeah, you could do that. You just have to register them that they are pretty much part of your quirk and be allowed to use support items." To which Izuku does and all that stuff. So yeah, and pretty much the day of the entrance exam comes in and he's getting ready to go with his parents just being happy about his progress, and his dad just cheering him on saying, we did make a lot of progress with that new gauntlet. Hopefully it comes in handy for whatever they throw at you, and I'll be here to see what your final result is, and after that we can go out and celebrate or do whatever you and your mom would like to do. To which he says, okay, Dad, all right, I'm taking off now. I will see you guys when I get back. To which he makes his way towards the entrance exam of UA and seeing the gates for the first time and just saying, wow, this is actually happening. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, saying, okay, I'm pretty sure I can do this. And that's pretty much where we're going to stop it for now, guys. And no, it's not a cliffhanger. We all know what happens. But yeah, looking at the time now, this is where I'm going to end at least this part. Hope it wasn't too rough as the first one. Again, this is kind of my first story. I'm just kind of working with what I got for the time being. Hope you guys like it. Would like some of your feedback if possible. And yeah, if you enjoy this story, just give it a like, and I'll try to get them out as soon as I can. All right. Have a good night and day, depending on time zone, and I'll see you guys next time.